I am at the hottest place in Frederick, Benztown, with the owners, Greg and Ann. Thank you so much for meeting me today. So I had the pleasure of meeting Stephanie, your chef. So excited that she's come back to Frederick with some new spice in her life. So tell me a little bit about kind of getting to this point. You are one of the owners of Brewer's Alley, so Frederick is not a strange place to you at all. So tell me how Benztown came to be.
Well, I mean, really going back, so we got involved with this location really at the end of 2022, and the gentleman that was operating out of here kind of needed to move on.
Yes, he did.
And so we ended up with the space, and as he was moving on, we thought long and hard about, well, okay, we're in the restaurant business, so we should put a really cool concept in. And as you start to look at a concept, it took a lot of time, a lot of ideation, a lot of thought, and generally speaking, at least with what we generally look at from the restaurant, is we look at a few things. Number one, we always think about our employees first. And number two is, what are we doing for our guests? And number three is, how does it look for the community? And there's a lot of tradition about this location. I think once upon a time it was the Raw Bar. I think that was probably the most successful run that a restaurant had here. And so we really started, I give the credit a lot to my wife on really getting to the final plan of what we were going to do, but a lot of the inspiration started out in, we were thinking Lower Broadway in Nashville. And we thought about, well, what does Frederick not have? Because we wanted to bring something to lift up the community and provide a totally, a new experience for guests. There's a lot of phenomenal, restaurants and hospitality organizations already in Frederick, but we wanted to make sure we were doing something to add to that. And so we ended up with what this space has traditionally been known of, with the touch of music that's always been around it. We were like, well, this could be perfect for like a Lower Broadway Nashville-esque. We went away from Nashville. We thought, after we worked with our chefs and now our management and leadership team, we felt like that was a little bit too narrow. And so we really ended up with like a southern culinary vibe, combined with a very robust list of bourbons and whiskeys, and obviously a phenomenal craft beer menu. So what we have. So I think those things fit well within the community. And from what I've seen, the team has put together, I think our bar beverage menu is out of this world, and I think our culinary menu is really going to get people to raise their eyebrows when they see what our chef has learned in her time in Frederick, but also the time she spent in Charleston, South Carolina.
Well, that's what I love about it. Because of her experience here, I think she's able to fuse, right, Frederick with the South in a way that people won't be too freaked out by, but excited by.
Yeah.
And I think anytime you list your priorities in the order of employees and the community and all of that, that's refreshing. I think a lot of people come into town saying, I'm going to do this restaurant because this is what I like. And when you come in and you really absorb what the community is going to respond to, even if it's not something they're used to, I think that's a home run always.
Yeah, I mean, we're very, very fortunate. Number one, Frederick is a phenomenal community, and it just continues to get better and better each and every day. I mean, that's a tribute to all the hardworking folks in Frederick, and I think that you see there's a nice general alignment between government and business, and it comes together well. The downtown Frederick partnership, what a phenomenal story that is, and their collaboration to really grow to the downtown. So we're excited to be, we're really excited to be here. We're excited to, open another chapter to our restaurant organizations here in the community, and more importantly, this is about, our mission is pretty simple. It's, enrich lives and express excellence through the power of enlightened hospitality. And we talk about enriching lives.
Wow, that should be on a shirt somewhere.
It's,
that's pretty powerful right there.
It's enriching lives, and it's enriching the lives of our employees. It's enriching the lives of our guests. It's enriching the lives of our community. I mean, there's nothing more powerful or thankful from a restaurateur and our employees when someone chooses to spend 90 minutes of their time, and spend, their hard-earned money with one of our establishments. And the cool thing about that is we're local, we're independent, and most of our, a lot of our purveyors, local purveyors. So the money that folks choose to spend with us is going right back, into our community.
Well, we love that 100%. All right, now we got to talk about your wife because she's got an impeccable eye. The decor in here it's so interesting in the sense that it's not feminine or masculine, but it's so nice. Is that intentional?
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the space itself, the building was built in 1940.
Yeah.
It was a garage. I mean, there's garage doors. It's quirky, but there's a lot of character, and so we wanted to play that up versus just erase everything and make it brand new.
Yeah.
So a lot of the design is thoughtful. Even in our logo here, the swinging bridge that's now in Baker Park used to actually cross over Carroll Creek here and connect Benztown, which was this area, to the rest of Frederick. So you see the design
I didn't even know
elements.
that.
Yeah,
And I've been here since 1977. I'm learning something new. I love it. Okay, very
there's
cool.
Some really cool old photographs of that too.
Oh,
that
nice.
we hope to incorporate at some point. So
Yeah.
we're still working that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely some thoughtful design.
Yeah. So how long have you guys been working on this space? I mean, it seemed quick to us, but I know if it's since 2022, you guys have been at this for a while. But
I mean, I think we really started digging in pretty hard to this in probably the July time frame of 2023.
Yeah.
So we're close to a year.
Yeah. Okay. Now you were telling me, because I feel like this space, because it is so vast and it's got these separate pockets, are going to have like lots of little different vibes to it, right? I think coming to the bar is going to be one thing. Coming to watch music is going to be something else. You've got this great space that can kind of be closed off. What is that? What do you feel like this is going to morph into?
Yeah, I think as you look at hospitality and where the business is going, there's so much going on, in the hospitality industry today. And as you look at the evolvement of what our guests are expecting out of a great restaurant, and so what the whole idea was to really create a multitude of different experiences people could have within the same four walls. And so what you see here is there's a plethora of different configurations that you could do from a private event standpoint. So for example, if someone wanted to come have a happy hour here, there's 2 or 3 different options, or a company or a business or individuals, there's 2 or 3 different options. Where we're sitting right now, we created this is basically a banquet booth area that can seat up to 12 to 14 people.
Yeah.
And it's literally probably the best seat in the house.
For
so
sure.
If you've got a bachelorette party coming in,
Yes.
it could be a really great time. Just an anniversary, a large group of friends getting together, a great time. Obviously with the live music component, up close to the stage, we're keeping that clear. So during our and I hope our guests and the community are a little patient with us out of respect to the musicians. We didn't do a lot of booking in advance because there's so many loose ends that have to come together. And I didn't want to be in a position where I was booking musicians and then calling them and letting them know that, hey, we have to cancel. But as we get this thing going, the standard sets that we're targeting is really to go 9 to midnight on Friday. We're going to do a 2 to 5 set on Saturday, then a 9 to midnight set on Saturday, and then a 2 to 5 set on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if people really want to come in here and enjoy music, and if you're up on the stage and you really want to get going, I can assure you that the sound system that we've invested and put in this place, it can make your insides vibrate a little bit if that's what you're looking for.
So if you want that intimate anniversary thing, between 5 and 9 is your time that you want to book. But if you want to, look, I think that is where the Nashville comes in, right?
Yeah.
That music throughout the day, that Sunday afternoon session or the Saturday afternoon is brilliant. The menu, how is the menu shaking out? Because I've seen kind of the initial part, the Nashi hot, fantastic. The veggies are freaking everybody out in the best way. The fried saltines with that butter, out of this world. So what do you guys, I know you've been doing a little bit of testing and stuff like that. How do you feel like the open, which is Wednesday, is going to shake out for you guys? What are you planning?
Well, I think I will just start off. Huge thanks to the leadership and the management team here. So, you know, anyone in the restaurant business will understand this. Those that maybe have not worked in the restaurant business might not understand it, but you know, I think, you know, I always have a saying: if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
And so our leadership and management team, and as well as the 45 to 50 employees that we've had the opportunity to bring into our organization, you know, they were here putting in the time all week last week.
Yeah.
Training, and mock service over and over again.
Yeah.
And the good news is where I sit, I've gotten to partake in a lot of this, is from the tasting and the drinks and things like that.
Quality control.
Yeah, quality control. And the team has just done fantastic.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege in my time, I think this is the 9th restaurant that I've opened. I think as any owner or anyone would be in this business, you're obviously nervous going into it. But the team, I mean, they're doing the work, they're putting the time in, they're really working on it. So I am looking forward to our opening.
Yeah.
I stress with the team over and over, and I'm just like, guys, we have to execute. It has to be the same over and over and over again, and we've got to be ready to get cranked.
Yeah.
And you know, people are going to want to come here, and I always say, you know, the first 90 days. If you can execute well, that generally spells the trajectory of the business over the next 6 months, 9 months to a year.
And sadly, that's true, right?
Yeah.
So it really is. They're testing you at your weakest point, and however the reviews pan out is really kind of what kind of sets the tone. And so, yeah, I think that's. But at the same time, come on, people, we got to just chill a little bit. It's brand new. Have a little patience and a little grace,
guys,
but yeah, I'm sure your team is ready.
The team is ready. We've been fortunate. We've got a fairly experienced bar staff and server staff, and the training has been very, very rigorous. But at the end of the day, you know, it's our job to make sure we're doing the absolute best job we can to have the strongest culture and the strongest team in place out of respect for the team that's currently here, and also for our guests and our community.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're really excited. So the grand opening to the public Wednesday, 5 p.m. Yep. You are wide open. Are you doing any live entertainment that night?
Yep.
Or you are? Oh,
so Wednesday.
Coming out hot. I love it. Love it.
Wednesday, so 5 to 7. Andy Kerrigan will be here doing just a solo, more of acoustic set during the traditional dinner service. And then Dan McGuire, the Dan McGuire band, they're going to be taking the stage, and they're going to do a 2-hour set from 8 to 10.
Okay.
So people are going to have an opportunity to see this place crank a little bit, but the volume will start to go up, and we'll have a little bit more of a social, fun atmosphere as we get into late night hours, regardless if we have a band or not. So
do you guys do reservations for tables other than like these special spots?
We will. So out of the gate, after talking with our general manager and our executive chef and a lot of our leadership team, also the leadership team at Brewers Alley, we felt like out of the gate, we're not going to do reservations the first week. We want to see how the flow goes, but ultimately, yes, we will be doing reservations.
What is the one thing you want all of Frederick to know about Benztown? If they walk away from this interview thinking just one thing, what is it?
I would just say, one, walk away saying, you know, knowing that we're so thankful and humbled and honored for the opportunity to bring a really cool concept to Frederick. And then 2, so I already messed up your question, but that's okay. That's what I do from time to time. 2 is, you know, it's as simple as, you know, Bands Bites Booze. We've got a phenomenal menu giving a tribute to the Southern culinary theme, combined with, you know, it's a phenomenal selection of bourbons, phenomenal craft cocktails, phenomenal beer. You know, we have over 100 bourbons available in this place, and we have, you know, we have it's supposed to be a secret, but we do have a captain's list with some bourbons, some very, very rare bourbons that our director of bar beverage has been working on for quite a while to make sure that we have a really nice inventory of options.
So they're like flights you can order now.
You can get
Holy cow.
you can get so similar.
My husband will be a frequent
at Brewers
flyer
Alley,
here.
you're gonna get beer flights.
Right.
Here you've got bourbon flights,
that's awesome.
and some very and we've got, again, for those bourbon connoisseurs out there, we've got some phenomenal options for them.
Well, the secret is out now, but you got to make your way to Benztown, 6 South Bench Street, right? Yep. 6 South Bench. Come on out starting Wednesday have patience if you come Wednesday. Be ready just to chill a little bit. Give them a couple weeks to get things sorted out. But I have a feeling this is going to be the hottest spot in town. Thank you guys very much.